Tim Murphy Knoll Road. I think one of the questions that a lot of people were getting at tonight was, this goes back to the Commons and also back to Loretto. The local law that you guys are using, is the local law generally consistent, local law number 2 of 2000, that you're using for the Loretto facility, just for that site, nothing else? In other words, the local law you're using to approve the Commons, to approve this Loretto, for the local law in 2000, is that law just encompassing just that site?
I believe so.
Is the local law, you're talking the PUD?
Yeah, the PUD at that site. So this local law that you guys are reviving to use in Loretto is just for that site?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just for the, I'm not sure I understand the
In
question.
other words, there was more Commons around town. We wanted to make sure that there was not any connection to any other.
The name of New Dimensions property was named Cicero Commons. It's right at Route 11, and that's the only reference that we're using. If you want us to use the word New Dimension from now on, we will.
Well, I'm just curious about.
What he's saying though is that on Route 11, there's other areas called commons.
I know.
Yeah.
And we don't know if the local law is affecting other things. When you approve the local law with this, is this a jurisdictional oversight in other pieces of property?
The local law is only for the Cicero Commons PUD.
New dimensions.
Right, New Dimensions.
Property dimensions.
Okay. I had a written presentation today. It was really a lot more complicated when I started. It was a 25-year timeline, times and dates. It was a little aggressive. Some people said, don't take them out of context, don't hurt these people with these words, and I said, fine. So I watered it down so much that it's hardly tenable, but Cicero Town Board, Wednesday, February 10th. The Loretto Long-Term Care Facility at the Cicero Commons is a great project for the area, but there are a number of issues that should be taken into consideration. Number 1, the PUD, project under development, was approved in 2000. It is fundamentally wrong to revive a 10-year-old plant that nearly bankrupted this town. Number 2, the original approval provided a stipulation that the state DOT required both a turning lane and a signalized intersection before further development was initiated. Who will pay for this? Surely not the town. Number 3, the private road into the Commons is 24 feet wide, significantly below what's required for snow removal and easement boundaries. Number 4, parking on the road is against the town codes and should not be held up as a precedent with a 10-year-old plan. This is especially true with safety and welfare of seniors with emergency vehicles and buses on narrow, congested streets. Number 5, with only 2 parking spaces per unit to accommodate staff, there will be no visitor parking except on-street parking. These residential units are too clustered, 15-foot setbacks with the town's new urbanism. They should consider the footprint to accommodate safe, adequate, and accessible off-street parking. Number 6, the final plat for this minor subdivision under the PUD should not be the front for other unknown projects that will be included in the Empire Zone site when the town is doing a reassessment. Now that one you went over. Number 7, the town board supervisor and the planning board chairman are both in real estate. This could create an appearance of propriety in future development issues. And there's general laws that deal with that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to?
You almost missed your turn.
Donald Rice, I live on East Kern Road, Bridgeport, or East Cicero, but in Bridgeport. I'd like to ask a question about the big automobile dealer down here in the Tin Can Mall. Many years ago, the Tin Can Mall was assessed at $20 million. And it went downhill, downhill, and downhill because he didn't have no tenants, which to me shouldn't make any difference. If you've got a piece of property that big, you got to pay the taxes on the property, regardless of whether you got tenants or not. Now, if I owned a 6-apartment building and I had 2 apartments empty, I can't go to them and say, you got to lower my taxes because I got 2 empty spots. Now, I know the guy, I know when the property was sold, it was assessed at $2 million. I'm interested right now to know what his assessment is right now. Because it should be considerably a lot more money than that.
I'll be glad to check that for you. You want to give us a call at the office?
Yeah.
We'll put that together for you.
Yeah, because that's cost the taxpayers a lot of money losing all that base over the last few years, which certainly makes a big difference.
Okay.